Okay, we're on Cavern Crawl's video number 3. I was going to go through, when we come back to index, I was going to go through some of the actual include files I have to create everything. And of course, once you get past the map section, you'll see the first one is a header.include. All that is your logo and the links that I have in there. So basically your logo, if you want, whenever you want to change your logo, you can change it there or in the actual directory. And then just the links that I did, and all those were index, which goes to home, then the skills, which go to skills, which some of these don't work yet. You'll just have to fill in your own or make it however you want. But it's pretty simple on that side of it. The next one, we have a skills menu, which will actually, this is your header, this is your skills. So this is what we're looking at here. When we go in here and look at our skills menu, we will see it's really simple. All it is echoing out the player's name, then the strength, and then the actual player's strength, their dexterity, their constitution. It goes all the way down, their hit points. So that one's really simple. Anything you want to add in there, you can add it pretty easily without a problem. And you can see that's basically all I'm doing. It's pretty simple. Next we have, let's go back to index. Next we have the actual map, which isn't in an include file. It just sticks the map. And then we have map menu, which would be the next one. And you have map, then you have map menu here. So if we go into map menu, you'll see that all we do, here's where the pictures come in, where we actually have just forms created that as your weapon, then your up arrow, your west arrow, all that good stuff, your spells, and all they are simple forms. And the reason why I did forms is because they're post variables. You can stop a lot of cheating with posts if you use get variables, and they can do URL manipulation and everything else. But that's all there is to map, and I'm kind of skipping through a lot of this because there really isn't anything there. You guys can read this and kind of do it yourself by now. Next we have message panel. Now in message panel is a little different. I've done a lot in message panel because everything comes up in your message panel basically. So let's go back down, and you'll see, as far as if you actually go to your weapons, it pops up a message panel, and you may want to shrink that up or increase this size to make it go bigger. Now, if we go back to our message panel, you'll see that if it's post weapons, because weapons was just a form, so if it's if basically with the form it's posting weapons equals 1. So if it's set, then we're going, and the random is set, which means if you selected a new weapon, like to equip it, then it's going to do a random. So let's start down here. Weapons is to be the first one. Basically just selects, and the spacing here, I don't know how that got there. That came from me importing to exporting from the main host, so it's just there. It's not going to hurt anything. Doesn't count white space, but select all from player weapons where name equals, the player name equals player. That's pretty easy. I created a little table that just kind of blocks them out. Put the black background. Then it does another form, and this is where it sets the randed, and it sets the weapons. So whenever you hit equip on that form, it comes back, and since that's weapons is posted and now randed's posted, it'll come in here and update your player weapon. Set equip equals 0 where that weapon, where the current weapon is equipped, and the name, and then actually set equip 1 where the player name and the randed. So in other words, you're taking one weapon, unequipping it, and equipping the next weapon. Same things with armor, exact same thing. So, and you can actually put location in here if you want to do arms and legs and stuff like that. Just put location equals arms, location equals chest, and then have it check unequip anything that's in legs to equip whatever is in legs. And I've actually done that in, I believe it was Forsaken Sanctum. So you can look at those videos and kind of see how I did that if you want to include that in here. Scrolling on down. Okay, here's where I start attack. I actually put attack in this because that's where it pops out on the message panel. Before I go into attack, I'm going to skip on, actually that is the last message panel, so I guess we can go ahead and include attack. You'll see in the battle.php, we're going to go to it first. This is where it kind of starts the battle. This is where it puts the, here, let me go back to index, just to make sure we got it all. And then footer is the last thing, and you can actually include a footer file. So when we actually go into battle, let's go to, okay. This is a melee attack if you melee. Now, when we include battle, or actually we go into battle, and I guess let me just go ahead and show you what happens when we go into battle, so you understand. Okay, to battle. You'll notice now we're in battle.php. It's, let me go back. So, we're basically in battle.php. We're selecting, of course, the player. We are, it's almost the exact same thing as what you had before. It's almost just like index, except for it's changing some of the things up to create this, to get rid of the map and then be able to create what's going on in each one of these. So I just basically made battle a whole new thing. That way we didn't stuff up index too much. So all this rest of the stuff's included. Now where map used to be is where it's actually going to take, and this is actually the action. Map menu, let's see, message panel, map area. Here's where it takes map area and selects the creatures and everything else. Now we have action menu, which is going to give you your layout of your creature pick. And if you go into the database and we look under creatures, you'll see that the creature has a hit points, initiative, their armor class. I am using kind of a D&D setting here. Damage, dive, challenge, pick, and then if you go in the actual images, you will see the creatures of a pick there. And that's where you put their picks. And then if you notice, I do it a lot. I do just number them to make it really easy. And you'll see he shows up there. So if we go into, it's going to put their name. I'm doing a quick div style just to make the background for the actual hit points bar, which is that right there. If you notice, let's move up real quick. When I hit him, I've been slain. This one, when you die, you just come right back because it was for a contest. You'll see how that changes, just like on the original tutorial I did. And then if player is dead equals 0 and creature is dead, then that means we still play, and if the distance is less than 4, then that means you're locked into battle and you have to do a melee. And all this is doing is creating, if the distance is greater than 3 and less than 10, that means you can battle. If the distance is greater than 9, then you don't have an option for melee, or it's grayed out. Rather, use the gray out button, but you can do a ranged attack if you set up the ranged attack. And then we'll go ahead and move into battle.php, but I'm going to wait on the next video to do that.